boy, Try. That ain't rap. Once again, got him, you know, want to do some Halloween shit before the end of the month. Today I'm doing, I've always been a big horror fan from when I was, a teenager, growing up on The Exorcist and, Halloween Nightmare on Elm Street. So I wanted to do, you know, little list of some underrated horror films besides just the famous stuff everybody knows, Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Michael Myers, Pinhead. I wanted to do like some, discuss like countdown per se about some underrated, horror films, in my opinion. Starting with the first one, 2002. This is Signs, directed by M. Night Shyamalan. You had Mel Gibson in this, Joaquin Phoenix, I would say his name wrong. Joaquin Phoenix, the Joker, killing it right now in the theaters. You know, forgot the little boy's name. What's his name in here? Forgot the little boy's name, but this was a good movie. I felt like it was definitely slept on. This is my favorite M Night Shyamalan film. I know people always say when it comes to his films, is it Unbreakable or what's the other one? People like Sixth Sense, you know. But I like this one. I think this is his best film in his whole filmography. Um, you know, I like the way that they set it up. Dealing with aliens and UFOs, and they lived on a farm, and you know they had like crop circles in they on they in the acres, and you know they had a UFO you know um encounter, and it shows like how they deal with that encounter over the movie. I thought it was nicely done. I think the bad part about it is I didn't really like when they actually showed the aliens. They look kind of cheesy, but the suspense leading up to that whole encounter with the UFOs, I thought that was dope. I like that it was shot real creepy. It's like a real creepy scene at night at the farm when the alien when the extraterrestrial is at the house. So that was real creepy, real horrific. But actually, like I said, this is my favorite M Night Shyamalan film. Definitely pick it up. I got this standard edition, but has like a couple of featurettes on here. Definitely got cop this on Blu-ray though. Next one, 2003, New Line Cinema, Freddy vs. Jason. Definitely a good film. I don't care what nobody say. This movie made over $100 million, so it's definitely not no whack film. I think the people, the fans, the true fans of Freddy and Jason wanted it. It was a long time coming. They teased this with Friday the 13th, Part 9, the final Friday, and I remember being online actually back on there's a movie site called JoeBlow.com, and when they were making this film, they actually put the script online. It was like another script with other things that wasn't in the movie that they actually had online. I remember there's a part in the script where Freddy actually had his own car, his own Freddy mobile that wasn't in the final cut of the film. It also had they brought back Alice from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master, and Part 5, The Dream Child. And she was supposed to be in it with Tommy from Friday the 13th. Anybody remember Tommy? He was played by I think it was Corey Feldman when he was little. That was in Friday the 13th. I think it was part three, part four. And then he came back. They had a different time he come back. I think it was in part five. And then Tommy came back again in part six. Jason Lives, but that wasn't included in the final cut either. But and this was a good film. I like the way they set up the whole first meeting with with Freddy and Jason, and Freddy using Jason, to kill his victims, and come back, you know, come back from purgatory and into real life. And I think the special effects were dope in this. There was a lot of gore. You had your naked chicks. You had your comedy. Kills. I thought it was a. They did a good job with this. They didn't rush it. The fans wanted it. Definitely think it was a good you know uh matchup. Freddy and Jason. After the success of this, there was talks about doing Freddy versus Jason versus Ash from Evil Dead. I wasn't big on Evil Dead. Still not. I like the reboot that came out a couple years ago, but was never big on that Evil Dead franchise. So I don't know if I would. I'd rather see Freddy and Jason against like Michael Myers or Pinhead, or Leatherface, somebody like that, like a formidable opponent. Can't really see you know Evil Dead Ash against them. But I mean, if they do it, I'll definitely go out and support it because I've always loved Freddy and Jason. It's two of my favorite franchises growing up in the '80s. That's what really got me into horror. Definitely think it was a great movie. I didn't care for Kelly Rowland in it. I know that was like a big thing when Destiny Child was hot at that time. Kelly Rowland is in it, but didn't care for her. I'm glad she got killed off. You know, um, Joyride 2001. This was a good film. I think it's highly slept on. With the late great Paul Walker. Rest in peace to him from Fast and Furious franchise. He played Brian in that franchise. Um, Lily Sobieski, she's in this. Um, Steve Zahn, who I think is a dope actor. He's funny. I've seen him in National Security with Martin Lawrence back in the day when that came out. And then this was a good film. It's about they um Steve Zahn's character, him and Paul Walker's character, they're friends, and Paul Walker, he's dating Lily Zabisky's character. She's in college, so they go to pick her up and do like a cross country trip, and you know uh, they come across a trucker, and the trucker is like, you know not crazy, but he's not all there, and he seeks a vendetta against them, and it's basically about them running away from this trucker, you know, for the whole movie, and he's following them, and it's not, to me. I don't really look at it as a horror. It's more thriller. But a lot of these movies nowadays, especially in this millennium, in this era, they call horror. Not really horror. It's more thriller. Like movies like Don't Breathe and Split. Ma, Get Out, Us. Those are more thrillers to me. Those, I don't really see those as horror. Like real horror to me, I grew up on real horror, like demons and witches and shit. Paranormal. Dracula. And, werewolves and Frankenstein. That's what I grew up on. Slashes and shit. That's more horror to me than what they call horror now. But it's more of a thriller to me. But it's in the horror genre, and I think this is definitely underrated. The DVD for this, I think, is one of the best I've ever seen as far as like extras, because the extras, it has like they added like 29 to 30 minutes of new footage that they could have easily had in the film. And I think that when you see the new footage, that totally changes the whole film for me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's stuff that they left out, and I don't know if they left it out for time constraints or what. But when you see the 30 minutes of new footage, it's a totally different movie when you see those extra extra minutes of footage. And I think they should have included it in the film because I mean the film was great. I think it was a highly underrated dope film. But I think when you see those 29 minutes of new footage, I mean it left me wondering like, yo, like why wasn't this stuff in the movie? This is a totally different movie with watching this extra footage. So definitely it puts a whole new twist on it's a totally different movie. It's a whole new movie when you see the footage. It puts a whole new twist on things. Definitely enjoyed it. I've seen the other sequels. It's garbage. Part two was trash. I saw that on I think it was the Sci-Fi Channel a couple years ago. Part three I saw on Netflix a couple years ago. That was garbage. It's the same. They brought back the same Candy Cane trucker. Yeah, that was his. I think that was his nickname, Candy Cane or some shit. But definitely not. It's definitely not. It does. Those sequels don't live up to the original one. And most of these, horror sequels really don't. I mean, I think sequels from the '80s, certain ones lived up to the original. Like Poltergeist 2, highly enjoyed that. Um, the Nightmare on Elm Street sequels, some of the Friday the 13th sequels, they lived up to the original. Hellraiser 2, I thought that was decent, even though there were some things about that I didn't care for, but it wasn't bad. But a lot of these horror sequels now, they don't live up to the OG. But this is definitely this would have been better as a standalone film in my opinion. But definitely highly slept on. You can find it on Blu-ray, get it. Rest in peace to Paul Walker. Definitely one of his better films. Um, this film here, Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, my favorite vampire Dracula film of all time. I don't like, there's not too many Dracula films that I care for, and I've seen a lot of them. Another good one was Dracula 79 with Langella, Langella. Yeah, that was a good film. This film is just as good with Gary Oldman playing old Dracula, old man Dracula, and young Dracula, young Vlad. Keanu Reeves plays Jonathan. You got who else is in this? Winona Ryder plays Nina. You got Van Helsing being played by Sir Anthony Hopkins. Definitely a great cast, great costumes, the music, suspense, the gore and the lore of Dracula and the backstory of Dracula, and how he became. He was bad and Impaler, and then he got cursed, became Dracula. Love it. I believe this got some Oscars for like costumes and shit like that. And cinematography. Great film. There was supposed to be a sequel like years ago. I remember reading that online. There's supposed to be a sequel years ago. Never came out. Still waiting for that sequel. I wish they would do it. But definitely love this film. Even the soundtrack done by Annie Lennox from Rhythmics. That was dope. And it's definitely a great vampire film for all the vampire lovers out there, Dracula lovers. Definitely, this is the best Dracula film in my opinion. Better than anything else that came out. Dracula 2000, that was garbage with Gerard Butler. Did not like that. Um, that whole Twilight saga, did not like that shit. This is a real vampire film. Real Dracula film right here. Definitely check this out. You know, yeah, man. Love Never Dies. Yeah, it was winner of three 1992 Academy Awards: Best Costume Design, Best Makeup, Best Sound Effects Editing. I remember seeing this poster for this when I was a freshman in high school at that time. I used to always see the movie poster for this in the subways, and they promoted the shit out of this. Definitely a great great film. I even love the this was the movie poster that I seen on in the subways too. Definitely love that. You know, cop this. You know, it should be on Blu-ray. You know, if it's not, then try to find this in the standard edition. You know, they don't have no featurettes on here. You know, but definitely try to get this if you can. um, this is a new one. Haven't even opened it yet. Came out in 2012. American Mary, starring Catherine Isabel. She was in a werewolf film called Ginger Snaps. They had like about two or three sequels. Another underrated film, werewolf film. I like that. She's starring in this about she was like a down and out. You know, she went to medical school and she was having problems in medical school. She was broke, so she went underground and started doing like like cutting up bodies for like hire and shit. Just doing like real crazy shit. You know, doing underground surgeries for different patients and all that. They would pay her like a shitload of money, and it's a dope film. It's a dope film. It's real gory, and you know, along the way when she was getting paid for these underground surgeries and shit, she was like getting she started taking like a liking to it, and it started fucking with her mental, and then she started killing for fun. It wasn't just about getting money no more to help support her. I thought it was dope, man. I think the whole look of it, it was real dark, you know, and gory, and I think it's dope. But definitely a underrated film. I saw this a couple years ago um, on streaming. Forgot what app it was. I saw it. On. It was maybe a Chiller app or whatever. But definitely a dope film. You know, anybody's into like body horror or like real twisted horror movies, definitely check this out. American Mary. This is the Screen Fest edition, the Blu-ray joint. I haven't even opened it yet. I got it a couple weeks ago, but it has a couple featurettes on here. You know, the making of American Mary and some commentary by the director. You know, and Catherine Isabel herself. You know, she plays Mary in this. Definitely check this out. They got five Screen Fest awards. For, one for Best Picture and Best Director. Catherine Isabel herself, she won for Best Actress. So check this out, American Mary. Um, this one, I don't think a lot of people know about this one. This came out in another 2012 film, uh, The Tall Man, Jessica Biel. See right there, that's the Tall Man in back of her. It's more like a legend. I don't know if I would call this horror out there. This is more like a thriller also. I mean, horror slash mystery thriller because it's like the legend of the Tall Man. It's about like she's living in a small town. She's a nurse and she has like a little boy. And the legend of the Tall Man, you know, is about like this being that takes children away or abducts children, and you know, I wouldn't say he's a child molester, but he's like the boogeyman almost. And you know, he takes children away and from their families. You know, I've read different things about why he actually takes away the kids. Some say that the kids are being mistreated at home, or if he's taking the kids away to sell, like for child trafficking and shit like that, part of that business. But it has that legend lore behind him, and living in that small town, and it seems that the people in the town know about the legend of this tall man, but everybody's afraid to utter his name, like he's Candyman or some shit. And Jessica Biel's character, she gets her son taken away by the tall man, and she has to. She's the only one really to have the balls and the guts enough to go after this tall man because everybody else in the town is afraid of him. So her son gets taken away, and this tall man, he drives this truck like a UPS truck, and he takes these kids and puts them in this UPS truck and drives off with them to God knows where. Jessica Biel's son gets taken away, and she has to go after him and find out what is this tall man about. Is he a legend? Is he real? And why is the town so afraid of talking about him? You know, it's I mean the look of the tall man with him, you can see him behind Jessica Biel. It's that part, he looks creepy. But I mean, watching this film a couple times, I don't necessarily call it a horror. I think it's more thriller and blended with some drama and mystery. I don't. He's not an apparition. He's not an apparition or a ghost. It's a real man dressed up in a hooded down coat, taking away these kids. So it's not like he's not a like the boogeyman. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't call that horror. It's more of a thriller, and her character has to find out why he's taking all these kids and what is he doing with them. I think it's highly underrated. I don't hear nobody talk about it. I got this Blu-ray like when did I get this? Like maybe 2 years ago. I've seen it like 2 or 3 times with some friends. So um I've never seen nobody even online talk about it. So I definitely got to do a review about it at some point. But I thought it was decent. I thought it was a decent film. I'm not really big on Jessica Biel like that. I've never watched her on Seventh Heaven. Didn't care for that show. It wasn't my type of show. I've only seen her in like what was that movie? There was a movie I seen her in. I forgot the name of that film. It was a film with her and I think it was Ben Stiller or Owen Wilson. I forgot the name of it. She was playing like the love interest or whatever. Haven't really seen her in a lot of stuff. She's married to Justin Timberlake. They have a baby together, but other than that, I don't really care for stuff. I seen her in a show. Um, the name of that show. It was a show that I seen her in on USA like last year, maybe year before last, where she played. It was like a murder type of show, and she had gotten she had gotten, I think she had gotten raped about her like some dude that she knew in the town, and he got killed and they framed her for the murder. That was like the only good thing. I forgot the name of the show, but that's the only good thing that I've seen her in. And this I think this is a underrated film. You know, I don't know if I would call it horror, maybe like borderline, but like I said, it's nothing really. I mean, other than kidnapping the kids and him, dressed up in these garbs, it wasn't really a horror because he's not like a spirit or anything. It's more of a mystery thriller. But thought it was cool. Definitely worth a watch. You know, if you're interested, you can check it out. It's on streaming, or you can cop the Blu-ray. It's on Blu-ray. It's on, man. Check it out. This last one I'm gonna do. Um, The Omen, the reboot. This came out in '06 with Liv Schreiber and what's shorty name on here? Um, Julia Stiles. That's the chick. The chick that was in The Born Identity, and she was in a Othello film with Makai Pfeiffer. She's done a couple films. This was decent. I wasn't big on the Omen franchise back in the day. I've seen a couple of them. Wasn't big on them, but I think this was actually scarier than the original one. If you could believe that. You know, they play a couple. They couldn't have any kids, so they adopt a kid. You know the story. The evil little boy is really the devil's son, the Antichrist. I thought it was good. I think the special effects were great. It was like some great kill scenes in that. Um, the priest dying. That scene was crazy. I remember going to see this in theaters with my homeboy when it came out, and the scene where it's like the thunder cracking and it's raining, and then like the priest gets impaled on a, I think it was a cross he got impaled on. That was crazy. Um, Definitely a good reboot. I'm not a fan of reboots of any kind, horror or action. I think that needs to be outlawed. Definitely don't like reboots, but this is one of those reboots where I actually enjoyed it more than the original. Probably like the only one, maybe where I would say the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was another reboot I went to see that I enjoyed with Jessica Biel actually. Jessica Biel was in that. I actually enjoyed that one. Um, you know, the boy that played Damien, he was real creepy. He made you believe that he was actually the Antichrist, and I thought it was dope. This is the standard edition with the slipcover. You know, see it there. The standard edition has extended scenes, unrated scenes. This is the unrated edition, actually, the widescreen edition. It has different alternate endings. Definitely enjoyed it. I copped it as soon as it came out back in '06. And I believe it's on Blu-ray. I'm not sure. I haven't really checked. It should be on Blu-ray right now. If not, you can try to get the slipcover edition. Online. Could be on eBay or wherever. You know what I mean? Amazon should have it. I don't know if it's out of print, but that this definitely, like, as far as reboots go, one of my favorite like reboots. Like this, put this right up there with Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot. The first one with Jessica Biel, not the second one with Jordana Brewster. But this was definitely a dope one. And that's about it. I'm definitely this is the first part. I'm gonna definitely do this again next year for Halloween. I got like a ton of horror films, so I got a whole collection. So I'm definitely be doing this like yearly. Come back with part two for next year and some like 6 or 8 other underrated horror films. And that's it. Everybody going to if anybody's trick or treating out there or going to Halloween parties, stay safe. You know, be safe and have fun for Halloween. Peace. Happy Halloween.